Hi there. Which are the best loan applications in Kenya? We've all seen this debate go on for some time, and I just thought I could shed some light to you with regards to what should be considered a best or a good loan application out there. You are all much welcome to the Money Daily YouTube channel. I'm yours, Afagza Sifuna. By the way, if you know, remember to join the family by subscribing. Subscribe to the channel for you to be getting daily finance and money related updates. Having said that, the market of Kenya has over 500 mobile loan applications out there from different companies, okay? Of course, some are coming from traditional banks. Like, for example, we know EBSA Bank has, for example, Timiza, okay? We know, for example, Maishabora Bank has an application out there called Mfanisi, okay? And so forth. So we know some mobile loan applications out there come from banks, and even the internet banking options or the mobile banking options of banks out there even give loans to people out there. For example, we're talking about Equity Bank, Cooperative Bank, NCBA, and so forth. All of these are giving loans to individuals. But beyond the traditional banks out there, we also have different fintechs, essentially financial technology companies out there, which also have developed their own mobile applications, which also have different form of financing, for example, backed by venture capitalists out there, whereby through the application, they're extending money to Kenyans, and Kenyans are also paying back their money. Yes, we're talking about over 500 applications or so, but the truth of the matter is that maybe only about 30% of these are good. In case someone is considering good from the sphere of what I want to discuss with you. And I want to discuss with you 5 key considerations which someone needs to take into consideration while taking loans from different applications out here. Because when someone is taking money, most of the times they need that money to do something. And also they are thinking about repayment, which is one of the key deal breakers in taking a loan through a mobile application. So what should you be considering when you're taking a loan from mobile applications out there? Of course, first things first, you all need to understand the applications by banks are very good because they check all the boxes I've talked about out here. You know, we're talking about applications, for example, Equity Bank, you know, Stanbic Bank, NCB applications out there like Mshwari, Fuliza, and so forth. We're talking about Timiza, we're talking about Mfanisi, and so forth. Any application affiliated to a bank is very good because they actually tick all these boxes I'm about to talk about. But now, these fintech applications out here, only a few of them are good, as you're gonna see, and actually, it is you to be the judge at the end of the day if you have used any of these applications out there. But the very first consideration you need to take into mind is interest rate. What is interest rate? Essentially, it is the cost of you borrowing that money, okay? You may find, for example, out here, different applications charging different interest rates. For example, interest rate could range anywhere from about maybe 5% to even 60% per a single borrowing. So you need to understand what is the cost of that particular financing you're trying to sort, okay? And most importantly, based on the cost of financing, will you think, for example, that interest rate is fair based on your own experience, based on the urgency with which you need that money, and also based on your beliefs around whether you need to get loans with interest rates or not. So it is upon you to judge. But different applications out here have varying interest rates, and sadly, a good number of them are very, very exorbitant. They are charging very, very high interest rates, which actually puts someone further and further into the financial mess they are in. To give you all an example, in case you need, for example, 10,000 to sort something, and then the interest rate, for example, is 50%, it's gonna mean you're gonna repay back 15,000. Okay? In other words, you're gonna have dug deeper into your pocket 5,000 more for you to be able to cover the cost of that particular financing which you sought, right? And then the second key consideration you need to have in mind is actually repayment duration. What do I mean? It is actually after how long will you be required to start paying part of your loan or even your loan in entirety, right? And by the way, guys, different applications out there have varying repayment time. Others actually have a repayment time of 1 week. Others have a repayment time even up to 2 months and so forth. You know, I told you at the start of this video that applications affiliated to banks are good because most of the times, any application affiliated to bank gives people out there 1 month, which in essence is 30 days. But most of the fintech applications out there actually give people less than 30 days for them to be able to repay any money they have borrowed. So based on your own experience, based on how your life is, also it will be prudent for you to choose an application which works for you. Like for example, in case you take for example an application which works for you 1 week, you're sure gonna pay your money back in 1 week, it's gonna work. If you don't really think you're gonna pay back in 1 week, maybe a month will do for you and so forth. So that second point on checking the repayment duration is very, very important. Okay? And then the third pointer, which I also think you need to consider, is actually your expected future cash inflows. Okay? At the end of the day, in case you borrow money, whether through traditional bank or even mobile application, at the end you're required to pay. So you need to check what are your expected future inflows, okay? And actually I'm talking about inflows, which you are very certain you're gonna get. For example, you're doing some work, you're gonna get paid a salary, okay? For example, you've done some business, you're sure you're gonna get paid. This is some of the actually expected future inflows you need to be considering, because these inflows are gonna be fundamental in assisting you be able to cater for your loan obligation as and of when it matures, okay? And then related to that also, a fourth pointer which I want to discuss with you is actually also your costs or even your financial burden as an individual. To give you an example, you may be expecting, for example, even to get 50,000 Kenya shillings maybe in the next 2 weeks, but at the same time, your own expenses are more than 50K. What it means is that in case, for example, you borrow from a different mobile application out there, it's only going to mean that actually you won't be able to repay that particular loan you'll have borrowed, even though your money will come in, but it will go to other pressing matters, of which that particular loan you'll have sought is not one of them. So also take into consideration your own financial situation, okay? Your expected expenses out there and so forth as you look to borrow from different mobile applications out there. And then the last and fifth point I want to discuss with you is actually your privacy, okay? We've seen laws in the country around data protection, which have come to force in the past 1-2 years, okay? We've also seen the Central Bank of Kenya actually try to put in place a regulation which actually is going to come to force the next few weeks, trying to see how they can regulate digital lenders in Kenya. All these are aimed towards ensuring they protect user data and privacy. So you need to know also, based on users' feedback out there, and by the way, just going, for example, to Google Play Store, you're going to see feedback from different users out there saying, for example, this particular application is good because they have good customer service. This particular application, for example, is bad because they harass clients and so forth. So do your homework, understand how different mobile applications out there are going to use your data. Do they respect customer privacy and so forth before you settle on any application out there? I think these are 5 of the most important considerations someone needs to do before they take a loan application from a mobile application out there. What do you think? Have you used any mobile application out there in the country? If you have, which application have you used? And was this application good? Did it respect your privacy, or even it went forth to subvert you as a customer? Share with us your comments down below in the comment section. Look forward to continue engaging with you there. Cheers. I really appreciate you watching this video. I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye, and you all take care.